Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. Thank you very much for all of your questions. Ali's here, Shaka as well. Jan is here after watching his mighty Norway beat Italy live in the flesh.
Hey, baby! What a night. What a night at Ullevål Stadium. We beat mighty Italy. Italy's so great team. Azzurri, we beat them.
Yes.
Grazie mille.
Yeah, this is the first question. Jan, European giants Norway defeated some southern minnows today. How much joy is there in Norway right now? First ever World Cup in the making.
Ooh. Well, we have tonight to celebrate, and then people would say tomorrow we'll probably lose points now in Estonia when we go with them Monday. But it's time for this team with those class players to get to the World Cup. And Dan, I need a guest room because I'm coming with my boys to USA.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, come and stay with me. That's no problem. Lovely. Start bench or drop. Which country's missing the next World Cup would be the biggest failure, Shaka? Norway, Venezuela, or Trinidad and Tobago?
Ah, boy.
Oh.
If Norway miss at this point, they're the biggest.
Okay, Venezuela winning 1-0 at the moment against Bolivia. This would be...
On a well-taken goal. Really well-taken goal.
That's to stay in the playoffs. Who is the South American playoff against? You know?
Well, it's actually 4 other teams from Asia.
Yeah. So you're playing against?
Yeah, it's complicated.
But you'd be favourite whoever you're against.
Well, yes.
Right, okay.
But, you know.
There we are.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's get in the playoff first, and then we can talk about that.
Jan, is Ange's tenure at Spurs statue-worthy? Or could it just make a beginning of a change in mentality for the club?
Is this a joke, or they haven't read? Should we get a statue?
Yeah.
Ange, you mean? Oh, that would be a new one. Danny Levitt saying you're fired, but you get a statue. I mean, that is a new one. Same happened to Kevin De Bruyne, by the way. Didn't give him a contract, but they gave him a statue. So maybe this is the way forward in English football clubs at the moment. But Ange, we discussed it in the show, Dan. It's an interesting discussion because he did deliver silverware. Yes, in the Europa League this season, the Champions League losers didn't come down, but still, he delivered silverware, and maybe they should have kept him for at least some more months.
Jan, where would you most likely have a statue? Frankfurt?
I got a stadium named after me in my home village. You can start there.
Okay, how many seaters?
We don't have seats.
No
to be
seats,
fair.
right?
No, it's in the nature way. Now, I could have statues in 4 different countries, so that's a hard one for me, Dan.
Oh boy.
All right, calm down.
Well, yeah, we can't.
Let's
You
get a
can't.
group discount on them statues, shall we?
Hand them out.
Buy 3 statues, get 1 free.
Go to Swindon. Go to Swindon.
Go to Swindon. On a statue there, lovely.
Magical Roundabout in Swindon is well known all over the world. Put my statue in the middle there.
Loved hearing about all the famous people who had the honour to meet Stevie. It was so funny last night because I knew that Stevie had met Nelson Mandela.
Right.
But it took him like 20 seconds to say who the most famous person was. And I was like, what's he thinking about?
Well, that's a question that you can ask in general about Stevie.
Yes, exactly. Do we have Stevie's photo ready later? Make sure we have that. Anyway. What about Ali and Jan? Can you beat Mandela and Princess Diana? No.
No, you can't beat them. I met the Pope.
Okay.
Pope.
That'll do.
It's not bad. Not bad.
That's good.
Yeah, I got it on my office, a big photo of myself with the Pope, so I'm happy with that one.
Okay, lovely.
I remember we had Usain Bolt here.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
It was lovely.
Craig wasn't nearly as welcoming.
No, well, that's standard, Craig.
we just let anybody in the show now.
Yeah.
Presidents, I've met President Bush.
President Bush, Obama.
Yeah.
President
You've been to the
Obama.
White House, yeah?
Yes, been to the White House a couple of times.
Kane was obsessed about the Downing Street bathrooms, which was quite interesting. How do they compare to the White House bathrooms?
Well, I don't know. I haven't been to Downing Street, but I would say that the bathrooms in the White House were white.
Right, okay. Well, there we are.
Clean and white.
There you are.
I will throw some footballers in. I made a selfie with Sir Bobby Charlton.
No, nobody cares about those. Jan, would you...
What's that all about? Sir Bobby Charlton,
you're
you can't
a footballer.
insult
You're going to
him.
meet footballers, aren't you? I think people
I'm
are...
gonna meet. I'm not that old. I can't with Sir Bobby Charlton. I didn't play against Bobby Charlton.
Well, unprofessional then. You shouldn't have got a picture. You shouldn't be working. Jan, would you consider Wirtz, McAllister and Gravenberch the best midfield trio in Europe? Better than PSG and Barca midfield?
No. No, I wouldn't. That was a question.
Yes, which one would you have over them, PSG or Barcelona?
Right now, I would say PSG because the mixture of skill, discipline, energy, intensity. But I'm, as everybody else, very influenced by the Champions League final, of course.
And by the way, just the question itself is wrong. Florian Wirtz will not play alongside McAllister and Gravenberch in the midfield. He will have a different role. Right. His role will not be of a back and forth box-to-box midfielder. That in itself disqualifies the question.
Where do you think he would play, Al? Do you think he would play as a 10 or on the left side? What do you think?
Well, either one of those, and just give him the freedom to go find the game and feel the game the way that he does so well naturally. So I wouldn't put him in the midfield. I'd put him in a more advanced position.
Okay. That question null and void.
I'm just saying. You're going to ask questions.
That's gone.
Be better, Paul Lindo.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Paul.
He's in the chair.
Oh no, please.
Yes,
no, I've been very smiley today.
He has been very smiley. That's just one moment that he's had his moment.
Yeah.
He's had his moment.
Ali, what will happen first? The Cowboys winning the Super Bowl or Manchester United winning the Premier League?
I think the Cowboys are closer to winning the Super Bowl than Manchester United winning the Premier League. And let me just say, it's not easy for me to say that because I'm a jaded Cowboys fan.
Well, I think most Cowboy fans by nature are jaded.
But Al, it's quite easy to say that because every NFL team is closer to win the Super Bowl than Manchester United is to win the Premier League.
Well, fair enough, but that was the question, Jan. I'm only answering the question.
Final question. Do we have the photo? Is anyone in? Have they left for the weekend? Yes. Okay, here is the picture that I was sent today by one of our colleagues. At Nora's school lunch and forgot to take off my slippers and put my trainers on.
How do you do this? How do you forget to put on your shoes? Well, he went for comfort. Let's just say he went for...
Well, no, he just went for
relaxed look.
Huh? By the way, this is in Boston.
He drove 2 hours.
He drove 2 hours to Boston.
I
didn't realize what shoes he had on. Oh, boy.
He went for comfort.
Very good. Have you ever done that, Shaka?
No, I haven't.
No.
I have a record down. I went to a gala award dinner and I had 2 different black shoes on. Thank God I brought the left and the right.
Wow.
But I have 2 shoes on. That was a tough one as well.
Yep, there's a story as well of Stevie getting on the Liverpool bus in Eleanor's pants.
Okay.
Where did that start? Where did that come from?
Not underpants, just pants, trousers, however you like to put it. But yes, and for some reason he decided to tell people
It's a different different kind of game, and that's a different kind of relationship.
does.
I wouldn't tell a soul.
Of course, Eleanor then burnt them. She got them back.
You haven't lived unless you go and visit Stevie and he opens the door and he's in his robe. And that is,
Woo! That is quite the sight. On that note, that brings us to the end of today's show. ESPN FC will be back tomorrow with Stevie.
Hey!
What will he be wearing on his feet?
Hey! I'll be hitting
Are you, Shaq?
I'll be right. I'll be back.
Oh, where are you going to watch
Norway,
it?
Italy 3-0. Norway, Italy 3-0.
In the car?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I'm watching it here. I can't watch on my phone while I'm driving, Dan.
You've been listening to
silly.
it. You can listen to it, can't
No, I need to watch it, Dan.
Oh, break it
So
down.
I need to focus.
What's your prediction?
There'll be a good football game on, Dan.
Ready? Well, yes, it just won't be that
Now
one.
we're going to beat St. Kitts, surely.
All right, goodbye.